Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Seems like forever since I've been in front of the camera talking to you in my room because I've been traveling so much. And this was my first night out on the town in Houston in weeks, probably since Pete the Greek and Doug came here. That was crazy. And actually, let me show you something real quick. I literally came in, this was at my door, show you guys. From that weekend, you'll recognize if you watch the shorts and the CL, Ratchet Ass Friends, the FNF song. I had a t-shirt made, and my favorite line in there, the highest note you'll ever hear in a rap song, skeet. You can play the lyrics of that song and you'll see skeet. So I got this one of a kind. Maybe if I ever do swag, sell swag on YouTube, I'll put this up for sale. $1 million. This is one of one though. Maybe I'll get one for Pete and Doug, but we'll see. Anyway, oh, speaking of YouTube, go ahead and jump ahead. I'll put a chapter mark where I start talking about CEDIA, what I decided to buy, and what were my favorites, if that's what you all you came for in this video. But I wanted to tell you guys about a couple other things with YouTube I've been changing and get your opinion. Number one, even though I haven't been in front of the camera this way in a while, I have been doing YouTube shorts where I've done picture-in-picture, and I put myself in the corner. If that's something you like, I think it's sometimes good to see me talking and see my impressions as I'm looking at certain things and have that added. But if it's too distracting or if it's blocking out too much, you guys let me know what you think. I think I'm going to do that for show coverages more so you can see my reaction, because sometimes the facial impressions of what they say will tell you a lot more than sometimes what I say publicly, and give you a little extra opinion. But in any case, that's also what I wanted to mention. I think I mentioned in the other video that I am going to start doing the show coverages where I'm going to do a YouTube short from every room and also a long form traditional video that I upload when I leave the room. And what I can do with that is give you a taste. Sometimes the best parts of those long form videos are at the end when I can finally talk to the person in the room or whatnot. I can at least give you a taste in that 60-second short what I thought about that room and some things to be cognizant of if you watch the long form. And then once you watch that 60 seconds, then you'll know whether to watch the rest of it. Because what YouTube has allowed us to do is now link a short form video into the long form. So look for that type of coverage going forward at the shows. That's what I'm planning on doing. Picture-in-picture, I also started adding captions. Now, the reason I did that is because YouTube closed captioning is terrible. And I thought it just was visually better. And a lot of times people are watching a video, but they can't do the audio. So this gives you a chance to follow along with the verbal content in a visual way. So let me know what you think about that. The other cool thing I started doing, and it comes from one of my favorites of CEDIA, was that remix of Intergalactic by from the Beastie Boys was phenomenal in the Marvel trailer. So I finally got enough, inspiration to redo my intro. The intro I've had has been the same for years, and I'm not a big believer in changing that like my underwear. It's just a lot of people change logos, change all this stuff all the time. It's just not that important. But I hit 4 million views, and while views are not actually that important, let me give you a little tip on YouTube. Views, subscribers, and likes, those are all the public metrics, but they're important. Don't get me wrong. But the most important metric is watch time, an average watch time per video. That is what's going to make the difference if you want to get on YouTube and make some money, because that's when more ads get shown. And actually, they're going to start letting us YouTubers dictate ads, whether they can be skipped or not. Be on the lookout for that in the near future. But that's a tip I want to give you guys. If you are a member, it's almost like being YouTube non-ads, because I'm going to start putting out every video to my members first. I already do mostly that, give them a chance to watch it first, and then I put it out to the public. But every YouTube that I put out to my members has no ads, no monetary stuff, and that's one of the perks of being in it, on top of the other things as well. But just want to give you that heads up. But I just started filming a new intro because now I'm at 4 million views. I decided to invest in it, and now I had the inspiration from a song to put that was better than my intro song. And so I had tried my primitive video editing skills. I created the one at the beginning of the theory demo. It's a little bit longer, but it had the lyrics from the Beastie Boys song in it, a little bit longer, but I thought the lyrics were cool for an intro. And then the video I did today, this one that you're watching, I put a shorter form remix of that so that it's a little bit shorter. And then I've got another one coming down the pipe. But this one is being done by a more professional person that I know. And I wanted to compare, give him carte blanche, kind of some inspiration and clips of what I want, and then see what he does, and then compare it to what I've done in these last two videos. And then you guys could be the judge which ones you like the best. And maybe what I'll do is just do potluck every time I do a video. Old school, new school, I'll do different intros, or maybe pick an intro for the type of content that's going to be in it. I don't know. Just wanted to give you guys that housekeeping and welcome your feedback. Again, thanks again for hitting 4 million views. Definitely never thought that would happen, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying the channel, and I plan to continue. But getting to the topic of today was CEDIA and wrapping up my coverage there. I had a lot more coverage and videos than I thought I was going to have because it was very informative in terms of showcasing brands like MBL. The traditional stuff was there in some respects, but it really was showcasing all the stuff you don't get at traditional audio shows. And so that's why I enjoy it, because I've gone to enough of those other shows. They're all great. I love them. But they don't cover some of the things like distributed audio, like the Theory does. When you have that kind of high-end distributed audio throughout your home, that's the next level of audiophile if you think about it. You know, most of us have put lots of money in our rooms and have great sound there. But then you're listening to Amazon Alexa or, you know, TV speakers, sound bars, everywhere else. Here's the next stage of, hey, let's take the audiophile stuff like Theory is making now for distributed audio throughout your house. Get that next level there. And then headphones as well, like I've done. Now, CEDIA doesn't have a lot of headphones, but the other thing that they address that the traditional audio shows don't as much is room treatments and listening chairs. So the number one thing that I'm going to buy out of CEDIA, what I saw, was that row 1 seating chair that allows you to recline the back by your ear so that when you're listening seriously for 2-channel, you do not have anything high up. Now, I sit higher than my back here and have some room treatment on my actual chair and a blanket and all this stuff, but it's much more superior to have just that gone. And I'll be able to do measurements before and after, as I've shown you in YouTube Shorts with impulse response and how room treatments make a difference. I'll be able to show you when I get that chair, the differences that a chair makes to your impulse response and what you hear. So that's the number one thing I'm going to buy. But also some of those LED room treatments with LEDs and shooting stars in them, those are pretty cool. I've had a few people call me and say, hey, what's the brand name? I want to get those. Those are really cool. So again, you can go traditional. There's lots of traditional room treatments, but now they're really making them pretty sexy for people that want little extra fancy stuff that may attract the kids, and, you know, maybe more wife acceptance factor if it's got that cool lighting. So that was a real big takeaway from this show. Like I said, the distributed audio from Theory, the LED walls are now what I'm going to buy. You know, if I want a big screen, I'm tired of doing projectors and dealing with projector issues and all that. These LED walls are now superior, especially that one by Quantum, although it's pretty pricey. But I'm actually might be putting an LED wall in that boutique. When I went to Vegas for creating that boutique and going partnership with that guy, go take a look at my Vegas videos and shorts if you want to get up to date on that, if you missed that. But I might do an LED wall in his store and make that really cool. So that was another big takeaway. But overall, I mean, room treatments, listening chairs, and distributed audio, these are things that are next level that can apply to us as 2-channel audio people. And a lot of people that were there were talking about audiophiles. So you think it's not, it's the, you know, about home automation, security systems. Yes, all that stuff is there. You're not going to spend as much time in every single booth or room like you do at a regular show, but CEDIA is definitely worthwhile. It is just for professionals, so if you want to get in, you kind of have to do like you did for CES, pretend like you're either in the industry or be a member of the press like me. So it's not for everybody, but hopefully my coverage brought you a chance to feel like you were there. hopefully you got some value out of the tips that I found from that. And if you have any questions about that stuff, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And I got a lot more content coming soon back to traditional audiophile stuff. The $1 Million Audio System, Linkwits at Michael's Place, and wrapping up the Acoustic tour coverage. So I'll see you back. Okay, I was so intrigued by these, especially this LED panel, just for the coolness factor. But it's an 1.5 inch thick, and I was talking to Jay, who actually, you own the company?
I started the company.
Started the company, and so yeah, he has actually a dealer down in Houston, where I'm from. Works on very high-end engagements too. MBL knows Jeremy. So we were just talking. Maybe go through what you told me about this. I know a lot of other people may be interested in this fiber optic ceiling. Maybe how you get the power to it, how you attach it. Run through that real quick again.
Sure. So each of the panels have a LED board embedded in the panel. So it's power over Ethernet. So we have a small injector box that takes power, and it also takes control, because you can run this either through RS-232 commands, and we have drivers for control for the restaurant.
Okay.
So that would basically give you the ability to change the twinkle speed, the intensity, the brightness, activate the shooting stars.
Yeah, let's take a look here. We get you in the picture with this.
Sure.
So you can control the shooting star look, everything.
Exactly. Yeah, we can do just on the same program. We can do up to 3 shooting stars, up to 6 feet in length. You can have them activate either. This one is programmed to do every 10 seconds, but you can have it do it every 5 minutes. And with the deep control, when you start working with the command system, you can put in whatever time you want from 0 to 99 minutes. But you can also have button push.
Okay.
So like kids like pushing it all the time. But the panels are pre-built. They install very simply to a ceiling from the front using a screw system and a mounting bracket. They all connect daisy chain on the back. You see one cap cable to the
Yeah, just one powers them all.
Power, exactly.
And they're kind of a form of room treatment as well.
Well, that's the other advantage. This is also an acoustic panel. It has an acoustically transparent fabric, so not only does it give you acoustic benefit, but if you put a speaker behind it, like an in-ceiling speaker, an Atmos speaker, you can cut out the substrate, leaving the fabric intact, and then the speaker will play through
Basically
it.
invisible, yeah.
Exactly.
So your ceiling speakers or sidewall speakers that are in wall are invisible.
Play right through it, yeah.
Will play right through it.
So instead of putting the grill for the
Yes.
surround speaker or your Atmos speaker, leave the grill off, and this functions.
Yeah, so family-wise, and friends might think this is cool, but you're not sacrificing performance. You're actually getting some room treatment with it.
So you're getting double benefit, really
Exactly.
triple benefit if you're hiding speakers.
Very cool.
really
And then
is.
if for people that don't want the LED, you've got the more traditional
Very traditional. We do
backlighting on some of them, and
right. We do a pre-designed theater system called Showcase. We have multiple designs of that, and we have multiple colors. Very configurable to rooms. Everything hangs on a painted wall, so it gives you acoustical benefit. Also, the columns are adaptable to mount speakers in, or you can mount speakers behind the panels. But again, by just cutting the substrate, because all the fabrics we use have that acoustical transparency.
cool. Yeah, so Acoustic Innovations, I hadn't heard of it before. In Houston, what's your representative down there?
We in the state of Texas, our representatives are Bella McCoy.
Bella McCoy, okay. And I think you have a good website for helping you map out what your needs are. Is that what you were saying?
We do. It's what you would think it is. www.acousticinnovations.com. ACOUSTIC, not the English spelling of acoustic.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we've been in business. This is our 30th CEDIA.
Wow.
We've been in business 31 years, concentrating on the CI channel. We work with hundreds of integrators all over the world.
Great. Well, it was great meeting you, and really cool project. So, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed. So you got silk dome tweeters and paper cone mid-range in here.
Exactly.
21 speakers in total.
How many speakers in total?
How many are in here total?
How many?
How many speakers are in here?
21.
21 speakers in the car.
In the car, yeah.
Yeah. And does that count a sub?
There's a sub underneath here. Okay.
Okay.
we got just one. We decided not to place it in the back
trunk?
because
Okay.
it wasn't too booming. Okay.
Gotcha.
And with his we are using
So it's inside the chassis.
inside the chassis.
Interesting.
It's a design, and you know, in this case, we get the most out of the internal resonance of the cabin itself. So, no,
Is this after the fact put in, or this is part of if you buy a Maserati with this option?
This I premium system is optional, but we have standard Sonus Faber system. It's a 14 speaker
14
system.
speaker on the standard.
Every Maserati Grecale that you can buy.
Really
we
cool.
We are very happy about it.
All right, this is really cool.
Ah, yeah, it looks nice.
What does this car sell for? What does it say?
Cost of the car?
132.
No,
Is that with the speakers option?
That's exactly it. Exactly.
Okay, very cool. Nice.
Sir, do you mind if I scan your badge?
Yeah, feel free. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, $132,000. You've got a car and 21 Sonus Faber speakers. Probably a deal compared to most things in the hobby.